Okay, so are you ready to dive into Scott Schilling's That Sucks? Now?
I am.
You're in the right place if you are ready to face some challenges.
Yeah.
This book is like the cheat sheet for turning those setbacks into a launch pad for a more fulfilling life.
I think what I like so much about Schilling is just how honest he is right off the bat.
Yeah.
He doesn't sugarcoat anything.
Yeah.
He's just like, yeah, life is going to throw some curveballs.
Yeah.
What really shapes us is how we respond to those moments.
And he even talks about how his car like literally attacked him.
I know.
The back hatch slams on his head.
Oh my God.
Leads to a stroke. It's like, talk about a wake-up call.
Right, but it's such a powerful illustration, though, of how quickly life can change.
Yeah.
And it really underscores that point that, you can't control everything that's going to happen to you, but you can control how you react to it.
You can control how you respond.
Yeah, and he has this framework that I found really helpful. It's called the 4 stages of competence. And it breaks down that process of, like, learning and growth.
It's like he's giving us a roadmap to figure out what to do when we're like, what just happened?
Exactly. And it's like, you start out, and he says this too, not knowing what you don't know.
Right.
And then you can gradually move towards mastery over time.
Uh-huh.
It's a journey, not a destination.
Yeah. Have you ever felt stuck in that first stage?
Oh, absolutely.
Where you're like, I don't even know where to begin with this.
It can feel so overwhelming.
Yes.
But I love that he reminds us that it's all part of the process.
Yeah. And he talks about this concept, too, of high intention, low attachment.
Yeah.
Which I'll admit I struggled with at first.
It's a really powerful concept, though.
Yeah.
Because it's about being very clear about your goals.
Yeah.
Like pursuing those goals with everything that you've got. But also being really flexible on the outcome.
So it's like having that destination in mind.
Yeah.
But enjoying the journey along the way and being open to those detours.
Precisely.
Yeah.
Yeah, and embracing those detours as part of the adventure.
Yeah.
He even tells this great story about when he was at a honky-tonk and he wanted to ask somebody to dance.
Oh, yeah.
But he was like fully prepared for them to say no, but he went for it anyway.
Because even if they had said no, it wouldn't have changed his work.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It wasn't about, having that guaranteed outcome.
Right.
It was about taking the chance.
Yes.
And, this all ties into the importance of making conscious decisions.
Yeah.
Like that is so empowering.
And I love how he breaks down the etymology of decision.
Yeah.
And how it means to cut off from that old path.
Yes.
So it's like you're literally taking a leap of faith.
Yes, you are.
And say, I'm creating a new path for myself.
Absolutely. And, to navigate that new path successfully.
Yeah.
He encourages us to engage fully in all areas of our lives.
Okay.
Just like we do or should in our relationships.
I love how he ties that into the 5 love languages.
Yes.
Most people think about that in terms of romantic relationships.
Right.
But he's like, no, this is how you should approach life.
Yes. Apply it to your life.
I love that.
Yeah.
It's brilliant.
And it makes sense because it's like you're putting effort, into the different areas of your life.
Yeah.
Just like you express and receive love in different ways.
Uh-huh.
And when you nurture all those different areas of your life,
Yeah.
that's when you create a richer, more fulfilling experience for yourself.
I love it.
Yeah.
And, speaking of putting in the effort and embracing those detours,
Yes.
Scott's story about the SARS epidemic.
Yeah.
Perfect example of turning a setback into a springboard.
It is.
It's incredible how he ended up launching his speaking career
I know, right?
because of that whole global health crisis.
It's wild.
It's wild.
So he had this whole corporate career.
Right.
And he, wasn't completely satisfied.
Right.
And then all of a sudden SARS hits.
Yeah.
And there's all these speaker cancellations.
Mm-hmm.
And he gets this call like, hey, can you step in? Talk about being in the right place at the right time.
Right place, right time.
Right.
Totally.
Yeah.
And he killed it, obviously.
You did.
But it just goes to show that being open to those new possibilities, even when they come from those unexpected places,
Yeah.
can totally change your trajectory.
Absolutely. And it really forced him to confront this question of what's more important, fame or impact?
Okay.
And he talks about how he realized that true fulfillment comes from making a difference.
Yes.
Not just chasing recognition.
Mm-hmm.
And that really resonated with me.
Yeah.
Because I do feel like I'm always trying to leave some kind of positive mark.
Oh, for sure. And it's like that question he poses in the book, too. Like,
What was it?
What kind of legacy are you building
Well, yeah.
through your actions today?
Yeah, what are you doing today
Right.
to build that legacy?
What impact are we having
Yeah.
on the world around us
Exactly.
with our actions?
And you might resonate with this too,
Okay.
especially if you find yourself wanting more purpose in your work.
Okay.
Yeah, he argues that desire for deeper meaning,
Uh-huh.
that's a hallmark of your generation.
Okay.
Yeah, this idea of significance over success.
It's not that we're afraid of hard work.
Right.
It's that we want it to, like, mean something.
We want it to matter.
Yeah, we want to know that we're contributing to something bigger.
Exactly. And that's where I see this huge opportunity
Okay.
for collaboration
Okay.
between the generations.
Yeah.
Imagine if we could get like the baby boomers with all of their experience
Right.
and the millennials who are so hungry for that significance,
Yeah.
like working together.
What a dynamic duo.
Right.
The wisdom of experience and that drive for positive change.
I love it.
What a force for good.
Yeah,
But it all comes back to perseverance, though,
it does.
which, Scott definitely knows a thing or two about.
Oh, yeah. He's faced some major challenges
He has.
from that football injury
Right?
that could have, sidelined him permanently to the stroke that we talked about earlier.
Right.
And I love how he even jokes about how the doctors told him he'd never walk the same way again.
And did that stop him?
No,
No, he learned to walk again,
he did.
rebuilt his life,
Yes.
and he never stopped chasing his dreams.
Never.
That's the thing about Scott.
Yeah, he doesn't just talk the talk.
He walks the walk.
He does. And that leads us perfectly
Yeah.
to his BALANCE framework,
Okay.
which he lays out as this roadmap for well-being.
Yes.
Like how to build that life
Yeah.
where you can actually thrive,
Yeah.
even when stuff inevitably happens.
Okay, break it down for me.
Okay, so BALANCE.
BALANCE.
It's a very practical framework.
Okay.
And it all starts with B,
Yeah.
which stands for believe,
Okay.
finding your higher power.
Okay.
And this doesn't have to be religious necessarily.
Okay.
It's about, connecting with something bigger than yourself,
Right.
something that gives you that sense of purpose
Mm-hmm.
and support,
Mm-hmm.
especially when times get tough.
Right.
You know-
Like, it's that story he tells about meeting the Muslim women in Singapore.
Yes.
He's in this completely unfamiliar culture, feeling a
Mhm.
bit lost.
Yeah.
And their kindness just, like, blew him away.
Oh, yeah.
And it just reminded him of that common thread of humanity that
Yeah.
connects us all.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And then next up, we have A for abundance.
Okay.
And he talks about, shifting from that scarcity mindset
Okay.
to a mindset of abundance.
Well,
Like
that's-
that fear that there's not enough to go around.
Right.
That's scarcity.
Okay.
And abundance is like, hey, there's enough out there for everybody.
Yeah. And when you come from that place, you're more likely to share
Exact.
and want to support others because you're not worried about protecting what you have.
Yes, because you don't feel like you're going to lose something,
Right.
by helping somebody else.
Right.
So
It's a win-win.
exactly. It's a win-win.
I like it.
All right. So next up, we have L for learn.
Okay. And
And he talks about embracing what he calls positive discontent.
Okay, at first I was like, wait, discontent. I thought we were going for content here.
I know.
But he explains it so well.
He does.
It's about appreciating what you have,
yes.
but also having that drive to keep growing.
Keep learning.
Yes.
Keep striving for more.
It's like shoot for the moon. Even if you miss, you'll land among the stars.
I love that.
Right.
All right. So what comes after?
I don't. Action.
Action.
Because you can learn all this stuff,
Right.
but if you don't use it, what good is it?
Right.
You know?
He's all about action.
Yes, he is.
Analysis paralysis, thief of dreams.
Yes, it is.
I'm so guilty of it.
It's so easy to get stuck there.
Oh my gosh. Yes, it is.
Just like overthinking everything.
constantly.
But he encourages us to like set those achievable goals,
Yes.
break them down into smaller steps,
Okay.
and then just take action, just start moving.
And if it doesn't work, try again.
And if it doesn't work, adjust and try again.
Yeah.
There you go.
Adjust and try again.
All right. N,
Nurture.
nurture.
And specifically nurturing those meaningful relationships in your life.
Oh, I love the analogy he uses.
Which one?
The 50-50 versus the 100-100.
Oh, yes.
Where he talks about the two trees
Yes.
growing side by side.
Mm-hmm.
And in the 50-50 relationship, their branches just barely touch at the top,
Right.
forming a very weak bridge.
Yeah.
But in the 100-100 relationship, those branches are intertwined,
Yes, they are strong.
creating this unbreakable bond.
Yes. Beautiful visual.
Oh, I know, it's powerful.
Isn't it?
It is.
And then, of course, that flows perfectly.
And
Communicate.
communicate.
And he emphasizes the importance of being what he calls lead-worthy.
Okay.
Being that person that inspires others through their words and actions.
Inspiring others, yes.
And he even gives this really great tip
Okay.
for shifting your energy and your mindset
Okay.
in everyday conversations.
Oh, yeah. What is it?
The fabulous but I'll get better response.
Yes.
Have you tried that one?
I love that.
Instead of just saying, like, good, when somebody asks how you are,
Right.
you say, fabulous but I'll get better.
Right.
Like, it just conveys a different energy.
It does.
It
has
does.
such a simple...
Effective shift.
It is.
And then finally,
E. E for educate.
educate.
Which, really ties back into that lifelong learning.
Yes.
He talks about how your generation processes information differently than, previous generations.
Okay.
And how that's actually a huge asset in today's world.
Okay. How so?
Well, you're not so focused on, like, memorizing a bunch of facts.
Right.
You're more adept at, accessing information as you need it.
Okay.
And it's more about connecting the dots and seeing the bigger picture.
So it's not just what you know, it's how you use it.
Exactly. And
Okay.
he reminds us that it's never too late to learn something new.
Never too late to learn something new.
Never too late.
It's about being curious,
Yes.
staying open to those new ideas,
Yes.
and embracing the journey of continuous growth. And you don't have to do it alone.
You don't have to do it alone. That's right.
Find a mentor.
Yes.
Learn from the people around you.
Yes.
Share your own experiences and uplift and inspire others.
As Wayne Dyer said, you don't have to get it perfect. You just have to get it going.
I love that.
So to wrap up our deep dive into Scott Schilling's That Sucks, What Now?
Yeah.
What small step are you going to take today to turn those sucks moments
Yes.
into opportunities for growth and connection
I love it.
and a more fulfilling life?
That's it.
That is it.